when he fell, I was just like, okay, it was tough to see because he wasn't getting up.
Yeah.
He had too much pain. He needed assistance. He wasn't really walking on his own power. And then when he was, it just looked very painful. So I was fearing that there was a fracture involved, that it may be like a grade two, grade three. But after some further testing, obviously an X-ray showing that there was no fracture,
Hmm.
it was easy to say that was more like a grade one, grade two,
Hmm.
lower ankle sprain. Because most Knicks fans are scared of that high ankle
The
sprain
highest.
because we
Yeah.
dealt with that with Jamal Crawford
Right.
back in the day when he had that. And with a high ankle sprain, you're done. You're pretty much out for the rest of the season
Yeah.
at this time of the season. So luckily, what happened was it was more of an inversion. He rolled his ankle,
Mm.
and those are usually ligaments that are involved with the ankle mortise. And the main one to be concerned about is the anterior talofibular ligament,
Mm.
ATFL, we call it for short. And that one is usually the culprit that's sprained. And so a grade one injury is like if it just swells up. A grade two would be like some partial tearing.
Mm.
Grade three could be like full thickness tearing as well as possibly a fracture. In this case, I believe because they gave him like a 1 to 2 week limit,
Mm.
more so leaning on a 2 week to 3 week limit,
Mm.
I would say this is more of a grade one.
Mm.
Um, they're also going to be cautious with it. They're going to ramp up his activity as he starts able to bear weight on it and get some shots. But I wouldn't be too concerned. I immediately thought of it as a blessing in disguise.
Mm.
If this happened 2 weeks later, I'd have been pissed. I would have been, I don't know what what I would have done in
Mm.
terms of our chances. But I was encouraged that he was able to walk on his ankle with his own power. He did need some assistance and looked
Mm.
very painful. But all in all, I think, you know,
Mm.
Jalen will be back when we need him.
Yeah, that's definitely a great sign, and as the Knicks say, hopefully by next week we'll get some updates. The way the Knicks like to do things, they like to ramp guys up, get them running, then putting some pressure on it, then getting into full 5-on-5. So we'll see what that
Exactly.
timeline looks like. How would you compare? Were you familiar? Because last night they're going to be playing the Golden State Warriors on Saturday.
Yep.
Last night,
Yep.
Jonathan Kuminga made his return in the Golden State game. Were you familiar with his ankle sprain? Like, how would you compare the two?
Yeah, I mean, based off how long he was out since like
A month.
January 6th. Yeah, January, like early January, he was out with his ankle sprain.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of shocked me because I was just like, man, this guy's young. He's not coming back. So
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely like a grade two, grade three. If it was a grade three, it might be some more issues with him. So I think it's more of a grade two lower ankle sprain. I don't think it's a high ankle sprain.
Mm-hmm.
But I immediately thought of him as well because I was like, the
Mm-hmm.
Gold State Warriors going to be pretty dangerous once he comes
For
back and they
sure.
get him.